We've got a new favorite in the Aaron Rodgers sweepstakes, plus some clarity on some reporting over the weekend that said Aaron Rodgers was told this or told this. We now have heard the truth. We'll reveal that next. Boy Green Daily starts right now.
I'm going to lose my gosh darn bananas. Boy Green Daily starts now. Zoinks!
I made it clear that my intention was to play, and my intention was to play for the New York Jets.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Paul Leston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcast. Before we get started, I'd like to wish a happy Valentine's Day to all the Boy Green Coffee Club listeners. And if you're just finding out Valentine's Day is right now, because I just told you that, you may want to hop on a gift or two. My gift from me to you on trying to figure out something and get it later after you get out of work, perhaps, for your lovely. And I'd love to give a special happy Valentine's Day to my beautiful fiance of 10 years and my two beautiful children, Paul Andrew Eston III and Zariah Luna Serenity Eston. God bless all of you, and God bless each and every one. Now, welcome to the show. Like the video, hit subscribe if you're watching live. If you're watching after the fact, do the same thing. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, baby, and support all things Boy Green Daily. The betting favorite, we got an article in the YouTube description down below, of course, is the article and the full details about this. But the Pittsburgh Steelers are the betting favorites to land Aaron Rodgers next. The Jets are expected to give Aaron a June 1 post-cut designation, which will split the money. There's a $49 million dead cap hit, and they will split it over the next 2 years. My pop likes the hat. Thank you very much. And so you see that, January 5th, 2013, a custom hat. Shout out to Pop. Me and him were hanging out together doing one of our wonderful sports weekends. Whoa, baby. Before we get started, we got a Jimmy Jets 20-pack of Boy Green Coffee Club memberships. Wow. That's the way to get Valentine's Day started, baby. Okay, Jimmy. Here comes Jimmy.
Here's what I do know. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Damn straight, AG. Damn straight. Let's reveal the 20 new members to the new members to the Boy Green Coffee Club. That's Coochie, Garrett Pape, Jet Life 321, Jerry Moore, Sharp_Instincts, Extinguish the Guilt, Wild Wave, James Kennedy, Donna, Mr. Flowers, Rick Kent, Nate A., Hector Cabrera, Benjamin Weinstein, Jay Mole, South End Auto Detailing, Orlando Vega, Patrick JX Volpe, Chidi Took, Renaissance 13, Jayhani Ace. You guys are all now members to the gosh darn Boy Green Coffee Club, and that is 20 bleeping raffle tickets for our boy Jimmy Jets, baby, because we have a wonderful contest happening here on the program, and we'll show you guys all that in more detail coming up here in just a bit. But now Jimmy Jets holds second place all to himself. Now he has 40 raffle tickets so far this month for this contest, which we appreciate. Jimmy, thank you so much, pal. God bless. And Fleur Lillian Big D is in third place with 20 raffle tickets, which we appreciate as well. So there you go. An updated leaderboard there on the screen. Thanks, Jimmy. Yes, damn straight. I appreciate Jimmy getting that rolling here again. 40 raffle tickets. And the raffle is this, people. If you're curious, you're saying, oh, what is this raffle we're all speaking of? Real quick, I'll throw it up here on the screen. We are giving away a couple of items. Let's put them on the board. Full-size NFL football, a signature New York Jets football which comes with all kinds of wonderful Aaron Rodgers, Garrett Wilson, and other Herbie Hancocks on this thing. You can display it in your office or fan cave. It ships deflated. I already have it here behind me. Limited edition collectible. Looks great with the 2 logos. Very nice. A New York Jets Nike Salute to Service long sleeve and a custom laser engraving package, which mixes Jets logos and Boy Green logos together. This contest runs through the rest of February. We're halfway through today, and then we'll reveal that winner to the contest coming up on March 1st. We'll make that announcement live on Boy Green Daily. Also, we have a subscriber giveaway. We are 96 subscribers away at the start of business from giving away a free autographed piece of New York Jets memorabilia. You don't have to spend a dime. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel. You'll have an opportunity for that. One subscriber will be picked at random. As soon as we reach 7,500 subscribers, the next day we will reveal the winner to that contest. So let's get that rolling. Spread the gospel of all things Boy Green Daily. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. So there you go. A couple of contests happening there on the Jet. Good night on a Tuesday. What the flying hoot? Jimmy Jets with a 50-pack of Boy Green Coffee Club memberships. Oh, my. Oh, my. What in God's green earth? What the hoot? Oh, my. Wow. Holy crap. 50-pack on a Friday morning here on Valentine's Day. Good Lord have mercy. Okay. Crack the knuckles. All right, let's get to reading, baby. We got 50 new members to the Boy Green Coffee Club, so we have to update that immediately. Let me also update the banner board here. And with that 50-pack, Jimmy Jets has just taken the lead from Austrian Jet fan, baby. Wow. Okay, number 1 Austrian Jet fan is now number 2 Austrian Jet fan. I'm not sure if Jimmy Jets lives in Austria, but nonetheless, he has just surged in front of number 1 Austrian Jet fan. So let me just do a quick moving around here on our leaderboard. Whoa, mamacita. There you go. 90 raffle tickets so far this month coming up here for Jimmy gosh darn Jets, who has 90 bleeping raffle tickets. Okay, baby. Here we go. Let's also play another video or two. It just feels 100% that we need it here.
It could be last year, but it could not be.
That action happening. One more. All right, let's read the 50 new members to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Good Lord, here we go. I wish I had like a water here or something, but we'll work through it. K. Brock the Jets fan, Jetted Out, Cincy Matt, KG131, Salem, Frank Vecchione, Dallas James Santana, Big Will, Mazel Tov, Tim O. Oh, we haven't seen Tim in a while. Joey R. Flight Right 49. Green Truth Dave. Ray Perez. Jug Artist 14. Ryan L. Lee Van. Big Islander fan. Anderson Simpson. Chris K. the 5th. Guaranteed Jet. Kaz. Titan. Manny DZ23. Bronx Jets fan, Lucky Leo, Thomas Hibbard, Zach Rosenberg, 2025 lacrosse goalie. Wow, that's specific. All right, let's see. Who else do we have here? Ray Danger, S. Banks, Steve Marzuke, Finnegan's Flight Crew, Dalt, Hank G, The Hamburger. Hey, there you are, buddy. Randy, 23, Winston Grant, Aswin Natarajan, Michael Duramo, Fonz, Mr. Fulton Mraz, Randy Martinez, Matt Lamontague, Sean Cora, Mike Dems, Dr. Dre, the Jets fan, Marty McFly 0292, Red John, Mr. Bonesy. You guys are all now members of the Boy Green Coffee Club, and Jared B just put in the Discord link. You guys have access to the app. The Discord app where we talk New York Jets all the time. Beyond the construct of Boy Green Daily, we also talk about some of the live events we plan on doing in the near future. Jimmy Jets, hitting it, baby. Whoa, mama. Wow. What a start to the show. That is historic. That's for damn sure. James Fowles, that's 100% true. The free thing is hit the friggin' like button, baby. Yes, that is a free way to contribute. Let's go. Austrian Jet fan jumping in with 10 gifted Boy Green Coffee Club memberships. Here we go. Oh, yeah, baby. There we go. 10 new members to the Boy Green Coffee Club. This one's from our buddy, number one Austrian Jet fan, King Lowski. Hey now, royalty here on the show. Stephen T, BP York, Adriano's World, Roy Kamujin, Just Endure the Suffering, Axios, Boba Jet, Dan C, Orlando G, NYJ, all getting Boy Green Coffee Club memberships. Unbelievable. There you go, baby. Wow, Austrian Jet fan with a 10-pack happening here on the show. We appreciate you. All righty. Here we go, baby. Here we go. Oh, and look at this. Austrian Jet fan saying, yeah, let me get an and one opportunity. One more to throw in here. Oh, wow. There we go. And that extra membership went to Mikey Boy Jets LI. We are now tied at 90 apiece. And once again, we're tied again. That is unbelievable, baby. There you go. 90 memberships for Austrian Jet fan and 90 for Jimmy Jet. We're back to a tie, baby. So let me put a nice little slash here on the leaderboard. We're back to 90. Wow. That was back and forth and intense. We appreciate that. Thank you, Austrian Jet fan and Jimmy Jet, for firing up the show, baby. Woo. Great start. Now, let me try to regain myself here. I want to give a shout out to Taylor Sterling. Taylor, wherever you are, you're probably taking care of your beautiful baby. There was a report. So Jay Glazer gives the first report on the Aaron Rodgers stuff, right? He gives the first report saying, boy, Jets told Aaron, yeah, man, we're parting ways. And then we got subsequent reports. Like, for instance, Diana Rossini, she had a report that the Jets gave Aaron Rodgers an ultimatum, said, hey, buddy boy, you're going to show up to every practice and you're going to not do the Pat McAfee crap anymore. And that led to all kinds of crazy discourse. Well, we've now heard from other reporters, and I wanted to go to that footage. Let's go to the Rich Eisen show, baby. Tom Pelissero, NFL Network insider, a.k.a. Tommy P., was live in studio with Rich Eisen, and Taylor, it seems like you might have been right. Looks like old Diana Rossini over there over-exaggerated some key details in this Aaron Rodgers report. So let's go to the tail of the tape. I'll let you guys hear it yourself. This is a Tommy P. yesterday on the show. Okay. Geez. Now we all lost it. I had it all queued up and everything, so that's unfortunate. Okay, let's just scroll back down. I'm going to have to get this way. Let me
moving. So they had initiated some
here we go. Luckily, I remember where the clip was. So here we go. Let's go to this. This is Tom Pelissero live in studio with Rich Eisen. Again, there's a lot of reports from over the last couple of days that Diana Rossini shared on her podcast, Scoop City, that, hey, man, Aaron Glenn laid down the law, and this was about him taking control and telling Aaron Rodgers he can't do any of this stuff. But apparently, according to Tom Pelissero, that's not exactly how it went down. Let's hear Tommy P. Again, this is for the Rich Eisen show on the Roku channel.
And talking with him, the odds were always that Aaron Rodgers was not going to be back, but they wanted to make sure they talked through, hey, if you did come back, what would that look like? And, the Jets had to have their internal discussions and figure these things out. Then it was, hey, I'm playing in this golf tournament, the Waste Management, whatever, the celebrity day on the Wednesday. I'm going to be in Jersey after that. And they're like, great, come over to the office. They bring him over to the office. They have the discussion and they inform him we're going to be moving in a different direction. But it's not like they said, hey, can you get on this plane to fly here so we can fire you? That wasn't really
this is why I'm asking these questions.
The backdrop.
What about the construct of what the relationship would look like? It was communicated to him every single practice that there is. We need you here at age 41, and no McAfee.
Well,
was that told to him?
Again, I believe this is overstated. Mm-hmm. There were no ultimatums. It was not, hey, here's what you're going to do, take it or leave it. You're not allowed to do that, for one thing, under the collective bargaining agreement. You can't technically restrict. You can't require anybody to show up for voluntary practices, and you can't restrict outside media activities. But you could have a conversation about commitment and things like that. And these are all different things they were talking about, again, both internally and when they were having conversations with Aaron Rodgers. I believe if he were back, that would have been the setup. But it's not as if, hey, take it or leave it. That wasn't it did not get to that point from my understanding. There were a lot of different things that were discussed about what it would take, what it would make sense. Listen, it would be the first time he's ever coming back and learning a different offense. You got a first-time offensive coordinator there in Tanner Ingstrom, who's younger than Rodgers. You would need the guy around. But ultimately, they arrived at the decision this was not going to work. The argument for bringing Aaron Rodgers back would have been it gives you optionality in terms of what you do at the quarterback position. It removes some of the pressure to either draft a guy and start him immediately, which they've already been down that road with Zach Wilson, or to go out and get a different veteran quarterback. But you would have had to negotiate a pay cut. You would have had to do a lot of different things. It made the most sense for them to say, we're starting fresh.
And there you go. That is from NFL Network insider Tom Pelissero. And I just want to make this very clear because NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport also basically said the same thing last night on the Insiders, but he said that Diana Rossini's report was true. Aggregators are the ones that sent it out into a different universe and spun the story out of control. And when he said that, I'm like, well, let me listen back to the Diana Rossini clip to make sure that I didn't misinterpret it. And I didn't. Diana Rossini indicated that there was an ultimatum. She indicated that Aaron Glenn was laying down the law in this conversation with Aaron Rodgers. And then when you do the other reporting and other understanding, it does not seem like it was this contentious meeting at all. As a matter of fact, it seemed like there was a back and forth conversation about what would it look like? What if we did this? What if we did this? And Diana Rossini seemed to over-exaggerate some small details that blew up to something else. She was accused of this as well with the Madden ratings thing, and there was another. There's been a couple of athletic stories that Diana Rossini has been the head of that something happened. She wrote something, and they were like, "Oh, geez, wow!" And then later, for instance, here's another one. When Woody Johnson suggested the Aaron Rodgers benching, after the Denver game and that back and forth. She implied that the benching in the reporting, the actual writing, she implied in the writing at the time that it was due to poor performance. Like, hey, Aaron, hit the bench. But then after the written report came out, Diana Rossini is doing media activity, media interviews outside of The Athletic to promote the article. And she goes like, well, it wasn't exactly because of poor play. It was because Woody suggested it so he could get healthy. Well, that certainly spins a different narrative if it's about Aaron getting healthy so we can have the best version as opposed to benching a Hall of Fame quarterback. So again, this has happened a few times to Diana, and sometimes people deserve the benefit of the doubt. Like one thing happens, two things happen. So this is now multiple times now where a reporter's been this, and we're like, whoa. And then upon further review, we're like, oh, it's this. So that's how some of the credibility gets hurt in some of these stories when we see things like that. So Taylor Sterling, wherever you are, it looks like you were right, buddy. It looks like that wasn't brought up in that way. So, like I said, that is that was good to get clarity from these people, but it sure seemed like we're getting that as well. J-Boy, when do fans accept it and move on? And that's basically where I think we're at here. I think that was an important nugget to re-highlight. I see a lot of people in the comment section, they're tired of the Aaron Rodgers story. They're ready to move on. They're ready for us content creators, I assume, to be talking about different things for free agency and the combine and the draft and other things of that nature to move forward. It is good to get this kind of clarity, I would say as well. And Double R is coming in here with the YouTube Super Chat. We appreciate that, Double R. Thank you very much. Let's hear from my beautiful daughters, Rylana. Wow. Double R says, I don't believe anything that lady says. It certainly hurts because now when you get stuff like this and you have other people contending it, even though Ian Rappaport, like I said, he said basically what Tom Pelissero just said. And then after he tweeted out, I want to be clear that Diana Rossini's report was not inaccurate. And it was inaccurate. It was. She portrayed it as something it didn't. It wasn't aggregators that spun it out of control. Maybe aggregators also spun it out of control. I guess I can't speak to all the aggregators in which I didn't see it. But I can tell you on tonality and our conversating on it here on the show, there was no additional spinning. We played the full clip, man. So I don't know. That's where we get a little bit funky, I think, in my respect. But, like I said, that's how you hurt credibility. And now, if she is another legitimate story, I'm going to have to look sideways at it because of some of these opportunities. By the way, Double R, this super chat, along with your previous ones, you just got another raffle ticket to our contest. So I appreciate that, Double R. That is now 3 raffle tickets so far this month. God bless. Thanks for the support there. Beautiful. Thank you, Double R. So the Rodgers era is over. That is true. Luca just said, someone take her to a nice seafood dinner and never call her again. Champ Kind. There you go. Anchorman. My father calls her Queen Clickbait, is a content creator, which is different than a reporter. Oof. The dish best served cold, I suppose. Yeah. But it's Molon is giving us the Quinnen Williams quote, another rebuild fun. We need to see who the quarterback is because, I said it. I did this like little TV New York Post sports hit. I'll reshare the clip somewhere, but I shared a miniature version of the clip on Twitter. But, if they trade for Matthew Stafford, they're like, whoa, okay, this team still could. That's not a rebuild move. If they sign Sam Darnold to a mega deal, to me, that's not a rebuild move. It depends on what they end up doing at the quarterback position, and we won't know that probably for a few more weeks. So, I think that's a conversation too. Philly Noodle says last mock draft from ESPN, not Kuiper though, has Jets taking Michael Williams. SMH wrong pick to me. Let's work in some draft here. Let me do this. This clip came out. This was a Jordan Reed, ESPN NFL draft analyst. Again, these conversations were down at the Senior Bowl, but old Jordan Reed here, and I'll throw this up on the screen. They did many clips of like Ethan Greenberg, the Jets team reporter, went around the Senior Bowl and asked like, "Hey, who should the Jets take with the number 7 overall pick? What should the thought process be with the number 1 overall pick or number 7 overall pick? Excuse me." And Jordan Reed said the Jets need to take a defensive lineman. Here's Jordan Reed, ESPN NFL draft analyst.
It has to be defensive line. I think they need to get some more depth there. So a couple names I would have circled. Mason Graham of Michigan. I definitely think he could be in play. We already talked about Shamar Stewart. He's another of Texas A&M. Those are 2 guys I definitely would have circled. Michael Williams of Georgia is another. And then also his running mate, Jalen Walker at Georgia as well. Those are names that definitely.
He said those are names definitely to circle. He said defensive line, it has to be at 7. And I want to push back and say, I don't think it has to be defensive line. What I love, like Mason Graham is a great example. Of course. I love the plug and play. Quinnen Williams, Mason Graham, let's get nasty. Let's get freaky. Let's do some of that action. I'm for it. But just it has to be. I don't know. Now with Rodgers gone, Devontae is going to be gone. He's hitting the road. Allen Lazard's hitting the road. Our wide receiver room, it went from this to this real quick. You have Garrett Wilson, who love it, wide receiver 1, unquestioned, is going to get a lot of opportunities. There's no doubt about it. But then there's Malachi Corley, who we have no idea what the hell's happening there. We have no idea what's happening there. My father says, bright take. Same take as Hop on Pop. He is for the Jets taking a defensive lineman. Okay. I just think there are more opportunities to have it here for the New York Jets. I think there are more opportunities at different positions. You could go Ted McMillan, could go get a big, freaky 6'5" wide receiver opposite of Garrett. That'd make a lot of sense. Right tackle, according to Connor Rogers, seems like a little bit of a reach at 7. So if you want to trade back and get a right tackle, okay, complete the offensive line. We mentioned the craziness of Ashton Genty, and a lot of people are not really on that train, but that's okay, where you do something freaky. Tyler Warren's been discussed at tight end. That could certainly be in the conversation. There doesn't seem to be a quarterback that would be there as well. Philly Noodles talks to top corner. Obviously, Ricky New York is doing an Irish jig wherever he's at right now. That'd be Will Johnson, of course. There at corner. We talked about the defensive line. I don't really see anything. I guess it depends on your schematics because off-ball linebacker or linebacker, like Jermaine Johnson, technically on our Jets roster right now, is a linebacker, but he's not. So he'd be in there, I guess. Safety, there has been conversation about Malachi Stark. boy, I just don't think Jets fans are ready for a safety at 7th overall. I think there are other positions to attack. But long story short, there's a lot of places they could go. There's a lot of places to go. So answer a few more questions, so we'll open up the phone lines here. Brooklyn-born Len, what if they were to bring in Derek Carr quarterback? Do you think that might keep Devontae Adams on the team? We talked about that yesterday on Boy Green Mitch Woody. I guess there's a chance, of course, because Devontae went to Vegas to play with his former Fresno State teammate. And, yeah, so I guess that would be possible, but it just feels unlikely. Because Kellen Moore, unless he was just full of bleep, yesterday at his press conference, I didn't watch the whole thing. I just saw quotes from it. And he said, like, Derek Carr is whatever, this great quarterback and all this other jazz. So it sounds like all that is going in a different direction, not where Derek Carr will shake free. But I guess you never know. So we'll see. All right, let's do this. Let's open up the phone lines. We'll play a quick Hep song up next. And thanks for all the memberships. Keep them flowing, baby. Also, like the video, hit subscribe. We've got 400 people live in the room right now. But to open up the phone lines, if you'd like to call in, that is youtube.com/BoyGreen25. Your phone calls next. Boy Green Daily.
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Talking just football, man. Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. The New York Jets Football Club. Wow. Offense, defense, special teams. Watch the Super Bowl season with Boy Green. Jets, Jets. Boy.
There you go, Hep. Appreciate it. Keep slamming that guitar, my friend. I love it. Again, like the video, hit subscribe. We got 2 giveaways going on right now for all the people that gift raffle tickets, either purchasing Super Chats or buying Boy Green Coffee Club memberships or gifting Boy Green Coffee Club memberships. We've had a wave of those earlier today. That'll get you in the contest with everything we got cooking, as well as the free subscriber contest. An autographed piece of New York Jets memorabilia for free. Free, my favorite flavor, baby. So free. Make sure you guys hop on that as well. It'll go to 1 random lucky subscriber, and we're going to keep doing those free giveaways all the way through 10,000 subs. Again, that is at 7,500, 8,000, 8,500, 9,000, 9,500, and then 10K, baby, as we make the chase for 10,000 subscribers. Again, at the start of business, this show, we were like 96 subscribers away from giving that away. So people, hop on the train, baby. All right, let's hop on over to the phone lines. And speaking of hop, that is the verb of choice. Hop on Pop joins us now on the program. Pop?
Hey now, good morning, Coffee Club.
That's good to see you, Pop.
Good to see you here at live from the Hop on Pop Studios in Atlanta.
Oh, very nice. ATL. Hey, that's my place.
Yes. And then in a few minutes, a little while, I'll be headed to South Carolina.
Oh, nice. Okay, another one of my old stomping grounds. Nice. Say hello to my homies.
Yeah, I'll pour some out.
Please do. What's on your mind, Pop?
Thank God. The reports are in. Everything's done. Aaron Rodgers has moved on. You know, a funny thing that I saw is he actually gets credit for the win for that 4-play game.
He does.
So that is pathetic because he started the game.
Correct. That's how it works in the NFL.
1/6 of his wins came from that game. So I will just tell you, you know, the bottom line is this. The Jets, if you gave a profile, a demographic of the New York Jets, it calls out that they need a quarterback. And on paper, it would call out, you look at the available quarterbacks as of March, whatever, and you're like, hey, man, that Aaron Rodgers guy, maybe we should go get him, right? If you were analyzing who's going to be available, the Jets need somebody. There's a proven veteran, and realize that Aaron Glenn, Muji looked at it and they're like, no, thank you. Yeah. We'd rather take the cap hit, punch ourselves in the face, take the cap hit, and let him move along. And by the way, this is not Aaron Rodgers hate. This is nothing else. They evaluated him, and he's not the best player for the team. He may be the best player, quarterback that's going to be on the street. Maybe if Matthew Stafford's not, then I don't think he is. But he was not the best player for the team they want to build. And I've said it before, You don't want to. You have a runway with the Muji and Aaron Glenn, whatever it is. Maybe it's 15, 20 years. Maybe it's 5 years. Whatever the minimum runway would be. If things did not go well, they will go well. But if they did not go well, and are you putting your chips on Aaron's based on the past 3 years, right? And so now you have two franchises that are willing to move on from Aaron Rodgers, right? There's got to be something to it beyond that. So and I think it's good. Build fresh, start fresh, and then decide what you want. Do you want to go after Stafford? Do you want to go after any of the three viable quarterbacks in Minnesota? I will once again say, there's a lot of options out there, and Carr, because they need a Trent Dilfer. They don't need Aaron Rodgers at his prime. They need a Trent Dilfer to come in and win, because nobody could say the Jets had a more pathetic quarterback season than 2023, and they won 7 games, which is 2 more than they won with Aaron Rodgers.
All right, so let me do a quick follow-up here. I've been asking this question to a lot of people. So obviously the Jets are moving on from Aaron Rodgers, so there will be a new starting quarterback, whether it's Tyrod or somebody else. Do you believe that Darren Mucci, and Aaron Glenn know right now who the starting quarterback will be in 2025? Do you think they have that plan set, or did they just come to the realization that they did not want Aaron Rodgers, so they are fine with whatever happens in door number 2?
I think it's a mixture. I don't think they know who it is right now. I think there's things that have to happen. The combine has to happen. The cost of these available quarterbacks. So they have a plan, but who part B of that plan is, they may not know. And
Okay.
Part B and maybe part C, right? They may get, let's just say they may get Derek Carr or whoever, right? And then they draft the Kyle McCord. So that may be the 1-2 punch. And then they'll let training camp shake itself out. The voluntary mini camp, all that can play itself out.
Yeah, mandatory mini camp, and you have OTAs. Yep.
I think they have a board of, here's what we would like for the veteran quarterbacks who are available. Here's what we like in the draft. Here's what we have. Here's what's going to cost. I think they have that all broken down. So there would not have just cut the nose off to spite their face by cutting Aaron Rodgers. They looked at that huge assessment. Who's going to be available? Who's in the draft? Where are we at? What money do we have available? And of all these, is Aaron Rodgers the best for us with everything that he brings positively and perhaps some of the distractors? So I think they've thought it through and have like a flow chart, not a decision, but like an if this then kind of bubble chart, if you will.
Yeah, we haven't had this guy on in a while because, well, he's working in the New Orleans Saints front office, so he's a little busy. But my good buddy, I love him, is Randy Mueller. And he's talked about in previous off seasons that there are free agency stack boards that go horizontal and vertical. Vertical, placing all your guys from first to last, but the horizontal also talking about who's kind of equitable of like, do they see Tyrod and Matthews? They don't. But if they saw Tyrod and Matthew Stafford as available quarterbacks at the same level or what have you, so it'd be stacked this way and this way for their evaluation. So I would imagine that's exactly what it looks like somewhere in the Jets building for that next plan at quarterback. I agree. I don't think they could know. To be honest, it'd be impossible. Free agency is less than a month away. The new league year is March 12th at 4:00. So it'd be impossible to know exactly what's going to happen. Anyone could re-sign with their own teams. There's NFL Combine, the free agency, the legal tampering period. There's a lot of questions still to be had there, but I just think that they came to that realization. And someone asked me about the cap earlier. We won't know until the Jets officially make their decision on what the cap looks like if the Jets are doing a post-1 June cut designation, whether it's split up or whether they eat it all now. So we could talk about both possibilities, I guess. I saw that question earlier in the comment section. But right now we don't exactly know because, we only have rumors about what they might plan to do with Aaron Rodgers' contract.
Right. I mean, it was going to cost, and that's no different than if he decided to retire, right?
Correct. Yep, no difference. Yep.
They restructured it. We don't even know. Now I think the flip side of this, after they evaluated everything that is Aaron Rodgers, again, Hall of Fame, quarterback, no doubt, is just, there's evidence that his time is come and gone, at least with the New York Jets. But really, to take it out of, are we going to wait for Aaron to let us know what he's going to do? They kind of had that conversation. Nobody really knows what happened in that room. Nobody really knows what the conversation is. The guy in the janitor with his glass to the door, listening in, in the end, I think it's good for the Jets. I think it's good for Aaron Rodgers. And, hopefully Aaron Rodgers just
does he retire?
I would hope for his sake that he does. I think he's on the other side of it now, and go to a new team. That team would have to be someone that believes they're on the cusp. And despite all evidence to the contrary, that Aaron Rodgers is a missing piece. And I just don't see that for any team. Again, the Jets are the prototypical team in need of a veteran quarterback, and they're letting him go. And Green Bay let him go. There's probably something there, something in the water, if you will, that it is time for him to retire. And hopefully, for Aaron's sake, for his legacy's sake, right, he just does it. He doesn't let himself, hang around, at the kickball, hoping he doesn't get picked last. Hopefully he's not standing against the wall at the dance, hoping a girl lets him dance with her. Hopefully he just retires and moves on.
If he retires, I think that this whole whatever we're talking about right now was unnecessary, dragging him through the mud. That if he was just going to retire, then the perfect thing is he retires and the Jets' decision is cleaned up. He retired.
Yeah.
Oh, well, sorry, fans. He retired. So, we have to go in a new direction.
Yeah. And I think that conversation was part of it was that. They're like, hey, man, just like everybody else, if you're going to part ways, when I've had to part ways with somebody, you bring him in, you talk to him, and you're like, we got a couple options in front of us. One is, you could decide to take your talents to Miami, or you could retire, or I could announce to the world that we're moving on from you. What are you feeling? And I'm feeling that he was ambiguous. I think he was he was flip-flopping, and they're like, okay, man, well, we're going to have to do what we have to do.
I guess so.
I think they gave him the chance, and he wasn't willing just to say, I'm hanging it up right now. And they're like, well, okay, well, we got to go. We got stuff to do. Thank you. I'll tell you, it was immensely gracious of Woody Johnson and the Jets, thanking him for all he's done for them. I thought it was gracious of the New York Jets. And I think he wasn't ready to say he was ready to retire. He may still retire, but hopefully he just doesn't hang around.
And for those who don't know, the Jets actually did Aaron Rodgers a favor by making this public. I didn't know this. This is apparently a new rule in the NFL CBA. Tom Pelissero shared this on the Rich Eisen show. Because the Jets have made this announcement publicly, official statements and everything, teams are now allowed to talk to Aaron Rodgers right now, even though technically he's still on the Jets, because they've announced the eventual parting of ways. Teams can contact him right now. They can work out basically everything outside of bringing him to the facilities, actually signing him, and working him out. They can work it out in the talk to the agents and figure it all out. So by the time March 12th gets here, he could have his new location in hand. So the Jets really did him a solid. They're not waiting till June or doing some crazy stuff. They're doing him a solid from that perspective. Just want to make sure I put that out there.
Yeah. So, nothing but the best for him. I think it's time for him to move on. He could walk into I'll just tell you, what does a phenomenal situation look like for Aaron Rodgers? Two of his best receivers, two of the receivers he has the best chemistry with in his career on the team, a solid running game, a great tight end. What is that? A good a top 5 defense? Is that what the team looks like? Hello, that's the Jets. He had Devontae, he had Lazard, he had everything he wanted. And he had a phenomenal running game, although not often used. And so that's the self-reflection he has to do. Essentially, I have everything I would want. And
I think if he goes to Pittsburgh, he's going to have success. But we'll see what happens. We'll see if the teams are out there or not. That'll be another realization that's coming here soon. Pop?
I would tell you, the thing that should have happened that didn't happen is the Steelers and the Jets should have swapped quarterbacks or whatever that looked like. And I think that would have worked out potentially for both of them.
Well, unfortunately, Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, for that matter, are straight-up free agents, so they couldn't have traded their rights.
Okay, sure.
but still, okay, we'll see. Hey, your other favorite son, Woody, he had Russell Wilson very high on his quarterback hit list that we did earlier this week as targets for the Jets. So I guess we'll see what happens.
All right.
Pop, appreciate it, and enjoy the day, the Friday. Enjoy that. All right. Very nice. A good little hop on pop excursion there. We'll have him on the show. Let's say Friday. I'm sure we'll have him on the show tomorrow. All right. Let's go back to the phone lines here. Let's go to Hep is on the show next. What's up, Hep?
Hey, Paul. Hey, fellas. I was thinking I have a good idea for next year's. I guess you call it a class trip to the stadium to see
Okay.
the game.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, I'll bring my guitar, and we'll do some. We'll have to do the song, of course, to get everybody to sing along. But I was thinking about how about we get somebody to record it. We have a two-hand touch football game.
Oh my goodness! Sign me up. That'd be amazing. Let's
we'll bring some cones. We'll have someone record it. We'll do the slow-mo stuff, and so.
I love it. That would be wonderful. Let's get everyone involved. These are great ideas, Hep. These are what we need.
Okay, well, I don't have the wheels anymore, so I'd have to play. I'd have to play like on the line or something.
Yeah. There you go. Or automatic quarterback or something. You'd figure it out, Hep. Everyone would have a piece.
Yeah. All right, bud. I'll see you on the rebound.
All right, love it. Great call there from Hep, baby, joining us here on the show. And yes, Taylor, you were right about Rossini again over addressing whatever you want to call it of the story of grabbing minor details and blowing them up. We're like, oh, and then they get turned around. Yep, I give you a shout out at the beginning of the show. 100%, Taylor. All right, let's go back to the phone lines here. We have a super chat for this guy, so let me read this one first. Let me make sure I get this before I bring this guy on the show. 1 second here. I just had it pulled aside, but Streamer Joe. Here it is. Okay. Mr. Fulton says he has big news to share. This is a super chat. He's been a member for 3 months. Wow. Says, I got some big news. I made it to the next round of Idol, so let's bring him in. Legend of Mr. Fulton joins us here on the show. What's up, buddy?
Good morning, Paul. Happy Valentine's Day to you.
Oh, thanks, man. Congratulations on making it to the next round of Idol.
Thank you so much. This is a big opportunity for me to make my dreams come true, and I just wanted to do it, and I just want to, just have a lot of talent and a lot of skills and a lot of famous friends for me and all my family.
I like the shades. That's a great look.
Yeah, it is. Yep. Yep, I sure am. I'm the famous man I've ever seen.
Well, thanks for gracing us with your presence, Mr. Fulton, and good luck to the rest of the competition.
Yeah. Oh, and I have something else, Paul.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
I actually got a call from Earth, Wind, and Fire producers.
What?
They want me to be on stage, singing and playing my ukulele of September by Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Wow.
On stage on July 23rd.
Wow. I hope you accept Earth, Wind, Fire. That's big stuff, man.
Yeah.
I love those guys. Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, you guys have a good Valentine's Day, and hopefully, we need a new quarterback for the Colts. But you see, Anthony Richardson's not a good quarterback.
Yeah, there's been some questionable stuff there, Mr. Fulton. So good luck to you and us in the quarterback race, I suppose. But good comment there. Wow, congratulations. Next round of Idol. Okay, all right. We're just talking about singing. We got Hep. We got all these superstars joining the show for the love of God. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. We got a cup of Philly noodles, baby. All right, are you singing anywhere, Philly? Is that
hey?
There,
I'm singing until the playoff drought comes home.
Oh boy,
just ends. You know what I mean? We're all singing. We're all praying and singing.
Yeah.
Listen, I hope he didn't Rossini us just now. I swear to you.
That's a good point.
Check
That's
Idol.
a good point. Yeah, 100%.
Check those. Let's check that out. And with the 7th overall pick in the 2025 NFL draft, the New York Jets select. I feel like it's going to be Jalen Walker.
Wow, Georgia boy. Okay.
Yeah, I think he's going to kill the combine. The kid is like uber athletic. And I think he'll just end up going there just because the edge presence, again, you can never have not enough edge.
Yeah, where does he end up playing?
Well, first off, I think Graham is going to be gone to the Jaguars.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, at 5. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we don't even know what the Raiders decide to do.
That's
right
true
at
at
that point.
6. Right. Yep. Uh-huh.
They were smart. They'd probably get a receiver or a lineman.
Oh, that makes sense. Sure.
But I think the Patriots will take the top lineman because they're desperate for a
That's
left
true.
tackle.
I've heard a lot of Will Campbell Patriots buzz. I have heard that. Yeah.
Now, the crazier part is Mason Graham also could fall down if Abdul Carter's still there.
That's true. Right. His presence could push others. That's possible. Yeah.
So I would say either Walker or without a doubt, Mason Graham. I mean, I think Muji will make the calls. I think they will make progressive calls to get up to first or second pick.
Yeah.
I think the Giants would be stupid to not make phone calls to get to the first pick. Desperately.
They're a desperate grouping of Daboll and Shane. They're very desperate. Yeah.
Yeah, they are this year's Jets in a sense where they
That's
messed
a good way to
up
put it. Sure.
quarterback selection and they have to now own up and grab something. So I think that might end up happening with them, and then Abdul Carter can just end up being picked still up there with Travis Hunter. Shador could fall to the Raiders as well. So I just don't think the Jets get the quarterback. We do go defense, that's fine, but it's a deep class. I don't think anyone's realizing with defense, it's pretty deep. Tight ends are deep, so we should be okay.
Let me see. I'm trying to see because I know I reacted to it, so it's going to be somewhere on my Twitter. But Dane Brugler shared because the NFL Combine numbers came out. Oh, here it is. So this is Dane Brugler of The Athletic. We'll have him on the show probably in a month or two. He said, a reminder of how loaded the defensive line class is. At last year's Combine, 25 defensive tackles were invited. At this year's Combine, 41 defensive tackles were invited. He said this class is absolutely loaded, and basically fans that are looking for interior star power and depth should be licking their chops.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So that if they go top of the round, this is what I would do if I was a Jets brass. If I can't go get Walker, I get Walker.
Yeah.
I get Walker. I second round. I'd either move up and see if I can get Tyler Warren into the end, somewhere in the first. If not, I'll grab whatever tight end that's lingering, maybe second or third there. But I want to come out with in the first 5 picks. I want to come out with defensive. I want the edge guy. I want a tackle.
Yeah.
I want a tight end. I want safety, and I definitely I want. Excuse me. What am I thinking? What was I just? I want the backup. I want that extra project quarterback. So I'm thinking Dylan Gabriel.
Yes. Okay. The Oregon kid. All right. Yeah.
I know he played really crappy under center, but something's got to give. You know what I mean? And if you can make something work with that kid, he's got the moxie where even if he's not that guy, if you have a veteran there and he comes in, he steps in, he might just pop off and it might be all right. He's old enough.
You never know. Yeah.
And he's had experience, man. I think that kid, people are going to sleep on him.
Okay.
And I think he might light up the combo.
All right. Let's hope. I love it. Thanks for the call, Cup of Philly Noodles. Love it. And, hey, man, there's going to be a lot of quarterback discourse about the guys we like, certainly in the mid-rounds. Fleur Lillian Big D says, I'm 60 years old. I'll be the OC at Hep's football game. LOL. Yeah, we'll have to see. I'm going to have to, limber up on the hamstrings to make sure I could still do it and lose weight and everything else to be ready for this football game. But I will put it all out on the line. That's what I do for people. All right, let's go back to the phone lines here. We got a lot of callers. Let's try to get to everybody here. Let's see who's up next. We have NY Jets FL here on the show. What's up, pal?
Morning, Paul. I put in the chat that I'd be happy to do wide receiver or quarterback.
Nice. Okay, great. We're getting a team together.
I got some hands still. Hey, Paul, I did consider Derek Carr as a bridge, but the more that I think about it, the issues that we had with Rodgers and Devontae will maybe surfacing with a combination of Carr and Devontae. You know what I mean? If you want, unless you want to, which I don't want to do, and I don't think we should do, is part with Garrett. I just that's the reason not to bring in Carr. That was the reason not to bring back Rodgers. And hold on, I'm back on my truck. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's right. No, I agree with you. That was the reason, because there was reported beef between Garrett to Aaron over the Devontae stuff and man, another full offseason. Devontae and Aaron, in theory, would be even more on the same page, or in this other world, Derek Carr and Devontae. And then Garrett would still be like, I'm second fiddle here, and I'm trying to play for my own contract. Garrett's trying to get paid. So if Jeremy Fowler's right and the Jets are not going to pay Garrett Wilson in this third year, this post third year 2025 offseason, then boy, he's going to want to make sure he has a great season so he gets the bag he's looking for next year. And that might not happen with Devontae eating up a bunch of crap.
Exactly. Yeah, that's my point. I don't think we should go the Carr route. I mean, unless you don't bring Devontae with him, that's the only way I would. That's the only way I would do it. With the draft, it's going to get fascinating, but I'm seeing some rumblings of Kenneth Grant moving up on the boards, and that's
interesting.
That's my kind of guy, you know, a huge athletic guy who can, I mean, he can run stuff and rush the passer, a disruptor in the middle, and being that the DL has a lot of depth. I still think if you get a guy running 4.9 who's 340 pounds in the middle, I would take a chance on that, a special talent like that, or if you do want to trade down and maybe get a second, you could do what Philly Noodle said and maybe get a tight end and then a DL in the second, you know, one in one round, one in the other. You know, that you could do it that way too. We need run stoppers, Paul. We need some beefy guys and we need, you know, we need a linebacker, need a corner. Anyone who thinks this is a quick fix, it's not going to be that quick. I mean, maybe if we can get a decent season and start building from you know the way Aaron Glenn wants to build it, I'm not so concerned with wins or losses. I'm really not. I just want to see things turn around. I want to see discipline. I want to see Glenn to get the team that he wants in, and Muji. You know, I want to see, and then 2026 we'll be in a position to grab a quarterback. And that my quarterback actually is the Clemson quarterback. Mid-round. Yes. He played. Yeah, he may be, you know, I don't think we'll be drafting him top 10. We'd have to move up.
Right.
But he showed me a lot last year. If you go back and look at some of his games.
Yeah.
That guy can throw. So I know you got to go, Paul, but when is the combine? Is that end of February?
Yes, so I have it right here in front of me. The combine, the first practice drill session is the 27th, but the players report a few days before for all the measurements and stuff. So it's the week of the 24th, which is the final week of February.
Coming up.
Yeah.
When you see Kenneth Grant run a 4.95, people are going to start to finally take notice on that guy.
Have
a good day, Paul.
Love it. NY Jets FL. Thanks for the call, baby. We'll get a few more calls in here. Let's go up next here. We've got Chef Kevin Gilbert here on the program. What's up, Chef?
BG, what's up, man? How you feeling today?
Hey, good to see you, pal.
Likewise. I just had a quick question, man. So for the last week or so, I haven't been able to chat in the chat. I wasn't sure what happened or whatever because I was able to do it before. Now suddenly I'm not. You know, so that was just I didn't know because I.
So what with the chat? Go ahead, say that one more time. Sorry.
I haven't been able to like go into the chat. I don't know if I'm blocked or something, but I wasn't able. I'm like for the past week or so. I haven't.
Oh, that's hot. No, yeah, you shouldn't be. The only people that have control of doing stuff like that is myself and Jared B, our moderator. And unless you cook Jared B some bad eggs or something, I don't know what other reason there'd be that he would have blocked it. So I maybe double check something. Jared B says, "Are you subscribed to the channel?" That would be the only other part if you're not, because we've been turning on subscriber only mode to get rid of the bot. So so I would just double check that you're subscribed to the channel.
All right. Was that recent that you just did that?
Yeah, somewhere within the last, I don't know when I started. Jared B would know better than me, but whenever he told me to do it, I'm like, okay. And then I started doing it. So yeah, being subscribed to the channel.
Gotcha. Because I share this thing with my son or whatever. So it could have been something on his end, but just want to address it. But
oh yeah, of course.
But yeah, thank you for having me, man. Always appreciated, man. Solid content. I know as Jet fans, man, we it's been a a rough week last week and this week, going back and forth with the whole Rodgers stuff and whatnot. It's like one of those things where we all have opinions, and some of the certain questions that come up with certain moves that happen, our takes aren't all that strong. But something as hot as like the quarterback, something like with Rodgers, that was something that struck us in a certain way. With both sides, whether you're for having Rodgers or not, we're all passionate and everything like that, and it was just highly appreciated of what you're able to almost highly appreciative of what you were able to do, man. You and all the content creators, just because how hot this subject is and how passionate we all are. For myself, man, being a season ticket holder, I only got a month left, man. I was just based off of what we was doing, I was like considering doing it, maybe doing like half a season, doing 4 games or so. But after this, man, like it ain't even a shock to me, because I've been said this when we had 4 or 5 games left in the season. I was like, he's out of here. The only reason why I was saying that is because I was looking at the Jets website and saw that the jerseys at the time were $25, man. Selling Rodgers jerseys for $25 where we
Wow.
got 4 or 5 games left,
Mhm.
was just crazy to me. So already there, like I already knew. I was just like trying to hold on, like maybe something will happen or whatever. Take a pay cut, be acceptable to just learn the offense, be a little bit more at ease. I don't really care if he goes on whatever vacation trips and whatnot. Just if you're in shorts and all that, but
Mhm.
when it comes to this season, knowing how poorly we performed last season, it's more like I don't know if I could really give you a pass to be able to fly wherever you want to go. Like, you did that, it didn't work out, so it would probably be in the team's best interest for you to stay here. It's just something where before I really get angry and mad and pissed off about the whole situation, just really want to find out a little bit more as to like what was the reasons behind that on both sides. And then it mainly just for me, it felt like it was just from management, obviously the coach or whatever. They just kind of wanted to do things their way. But then it's like, all right, well, so what's the picture? All right, because you probably know a little bit better than me, just with knowing who's who in the chats and all the sites and whatnot, and just with people that you personally know. But as season ticket holders, we all wanted Rodgers, man. There's no way we could see ourselves buying these tickets to see what our backup from last year start this year, Tyrod. Like who's gonna shout the money? Like when you talk about business decisions, you gotta think like you're not selling tickets if we don't have nobody at quarterback. And
That's
for me,
true.
my decision even before the season was done was I'm probably not gonna do it just because of not having a head coach, not having a GM. It's like and then the uncertainty, because we already knew that Rodgers' future with the Jets was going to be uncertain. It wasn't 100% guaranteed he was coming
Definitely.
back. So just based off all of that, I'm like, you know what? I don't even think I'm a rock like that, man. Like, I need to see. I need to see wins, man. Like,
And I don't blame you because it's your hard-earned money, and I'm sure you speak for a lot of Jet season ticket holders. It is a big, again, what's the sales pitch, not only to the team, but also you guys, the lifeblood of the team, the season ticket holders. Is it going to be Tyrod Taylor time, baby? I know he's a backup last year, but don't worry, it's going to be great. Or is it random, all these other doors that we talked about, Fields? Is it crazy trade for Stafford? Is it Sam Darnold? Is it, what is it? What's the reality? And right now, we're not going to have clarity on that for at least some time, especially if it's a draft thing, and that's a couple more months away. But if it's a free agency thing in a month, what's going to be the answer that satisfies you guys? And to be honest, outside of a crazy ass Matthew Stafford trade, which seems hard to believe, every other one is going to have a lot of ugh. Justin Fields is, I don't know who Tyrod Taylor, Justin Fields. A lot of these options that are available all make you squint and look twice. So it's the truth.
so that's my thing, man. Like Tyrod, I'm not hating on him. Like I think
Yeah.
he's good, he's serviceable and all that kind of stuff, but he's a backup, man. Like, and he's also
Right.
injury prone. And there's a reason why LA's moving off of Stafford. Like I can't be 100% bought into Staff knowing that he's injury prone too, and he's going to come with a kind of like a salary or whatever. But
Sure.
it's the best of what's out there. All right, it's the
Right,
best of what's
yeah,
out
that's
there. So
probably
I,
true,
I,
I
I
would say.
get
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I get that, man. And then it's like wide receiver core. All right, Adams is obviously gone, and
Yeah,
then who's on the
Lazard's gone.
market? T. Higgins and Cooper. Those are probably the two best free agents that are out there. Don't sell me on Diggs. He got attitude problems and all that. Don't tell me about Godwin. I don't want to hear none of that. Like there's only two other options in my opinion, and I don't even think Amari Cooper's really a game breaker, dude. Like,
hey, he was invisible with the Bills the entire time. I'm like, what the hell? No.
Yeah, I just think he's too stiff when he's running. Not too much like breakaway speed and whatnot. He has good hands for the most part, but he doesn't really do enough in his routes to create space to be able to get his yak once he catches the ball. So it's frustrating, man. But I am team weapon, like wide receiver in the draft, tight end, man. Noodles did say Jalen, the linebacker.
Jalen Walker, yeah. The kid
So
from
that's
Georgia.
not bad, man. Just knowing like Sherwood's probably gone, Mosley with his injuries, there's the line too, like somebody on defense, man. Like I could get with that. It's just like selling me for the long-term future. Like I get like not everything is there for us to see right now, but when we have inexperience in the front office right now, it's just as a season ticket, it's tough, man. It's tough to sell me on the future. We're doing this for the future, and then talking like last caller, man, just talking like, hey, wins and losses ain't really important. Man, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Wins and losses is important. I'm not here to go to the games and just like, it's okay if we lose. Nah, man, that's some bullshit, man. I'm paying to go see losses. You go to these games in December, you go to these games in January, you know how damn cold it is, you know how miserable it is. And to be there knowing that we're there in a losing season, and you're just gonna be like, it's all right if we lose. Nah, man, fuck all that shit, man. We here to see wins, man. I'm done with the stuff, man. I'm done with the silly stuff, man. Like to just watch, like it's easy for you to be in warm weather. It's easy for you to be in front of a TV. You don't have to worry about the conditions. You don't have to worry about the driving. You don't have to worry about none of this stuff. You can turn on the TV whenever you want and be done with the stuff. And that's why it's easy for you to say, like, it's okay. It don't matter. Nah, we're gonna lose just this next season just a wash? For what? For what? We got these people so we can win. I want to see wins, man. Like this is some silly stuff, man. We gotta stop with that, man.
I love that, Chef. Thanks for the passion, brother, and I appreciate the call. Wow. And Chef speaks for the heart, man, which I think a lot of people appreciate. Again, that passion coming in. All right, we're running out of time here, but a couple of things here. First off, for Lillian Big D with a YouTube super chat, 6 more raffle tickets to the Total Baby, which we love to see.
Wow.
For Lillian Big D says, no more lean the league at stupid penalties. I want disciplined players. I do too. Here's the one thing about Aaron Glenn, right? We're all like, ooh, AG, honeymoon. AG, if you watch some of those stats for the playoffs, they were like the 3rd most penalized team in the league on defense. So that's one where AG's going to have to answer those questions coming up. Like what, why, who, what, how, what was going on there? Was it just because they were signing randos off the streets? Like Jamal Adams was just on his couch, and then the Lions signed him, and he was starting that same week because of all the injuries. Was it that reason you were getting penalties from these players that you just sort of accepted it? Or was it a penalty problem with AG? Because Jet fans are going to be very miffed by that for Lillian Big D. So we're going to have to keep an eye out for that. Appreciate the super chat again. 6 more raffle tickets to your total already updated on the banner down below. Because we have limited time, and it's Valentine's Day, and my family is waiting for me to exit stage left, let's bring on 2 legendary callers together at the same time. June the GM and Ricky New York. We'll have you guys both on the show because I don't want to leave either of you hanging here. God bless Ricky New York. Yeah, loud and clear, June. Sure.
Okay, beautiful. Go ahead, Mr. Ricky. You can start off, man. I show respect to the legend.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Good morning, guys. And you know what? I have been doing a bunch of mocks, and then I finally came to the realization that it's absolutely pointless because any strategy that I might have goes completely out the window after free agency happens because there might be things that I'm targeting that I might not have to worry about. So I'm going to pump the brakes on that a little bit. I did like, you know what, though, ever since Dom C was here, and I usually don't always agree with his takes.
Sure.
But Jihad Campbell, the linebacker from Bama at 42, like after he said that, I started thinking about it. And I was like, you know what? We could use our second round pick on the best damn linebacker in the whole entire draft and, replace Mosley with another beast from Alabama. Not a bad idea. I'm liking that. But you know what? First of all, I would take Stafford in a heartbeat. I wouldn't be adverse to Stafford. I've always liked Stafford.
There's a good guy.
However, in a realistic world, Tyrod, get ready because you're going to have an incredible quarterback room because you're not going to have one, but two guys from FSU. When Jordan Travis comes back healthy and we add famous Jameis Winston.
Hey, I would just say this, and people have been talking about Jameis. Whatever you think of Jameis, buckle your seatbelt. Aaron Glenn, buckle your seatbelts, please, for the love of God. If Jameis is driving the car, you better make sure your seatbelts are buckled because it's going to be a roller coaster. And I sort of love that. In a season where we're like, there's a lot of uncertainty, he's going to bring touchdowns. He might bring some turnovers, but he's going to bring excitement. It's going to be an entertaining ride if Jameis Winston takes the wheel. So, that'd be a lot of fun. He's a big arm guy. He would take vertical shots at Garrett Wilson. We have not seen much of that throughout his entire career because every quarterback has been something different. People have been missing him. I'd love to see a couple of 80-yard bomb touchdowns to Garrett Wilson. We've just seen the slicing and dicing stuff for the most part. We have not seen those big, deep gut shots. Jameis would change that real quick,
real fast. Yep, he will push the ball down the field like we all want and hope for. And that's the thing. Jameis steps on the field, he's going to let it rip. Believe that, but. That's all I got. I just wanted to throw that out there for fun. And June, I'll turn it over to you.
Yeah. So when talking about the draft, like you said, Ricky, free agency aside, because we don't know what's going to happen in free agency. No one knows. But let's say the team's the same way, free agency finishing all that stuff. We are going to draft. At least a good GM should draft for position of need, right? We need defensive line help. We need another receiver because I think Devontae's gone. We need some secondary help if we don't sign Echoes, right?
And safety. So both of our safeties are all gone. So that's secondary,
The way I'm looking at things is how deep is the draft per position? At defensive line, there's a plethora of good players. We don't need to draft one in the first round. At receiver, there's not. There's a big fall off. So I can see us grabbing the wide receiver from Arizona, right?
Ted McMillan, Or wait. I'm sorry. How do you pronounce that, Ricky? What is that?
Tater Tot McMuffin.
Oh, thank you. Tater Tot McMuffin, of course.
I can see that. I don't like it. I can even see us drafting a safety because there's not a plethora of good safeties in the draft. So that plays into things. I did want to make a point about this, though. I've been watching some film. Because I'm an Oklahoma Sooners fan, so I watch all my Oklahoma Sooners college football teams. Right. Yeah, but I grew up watching the wishbone offense with Jamel Holloway. Remember, I'm old school with Oklahoma. But one of the things I've noticed, I was watching film on Dart. Everybody's Dart.
Yeah, Ole Miss quarterback. Yep.
Yeah, and he's in the SEC like my team is. We should have stood in the Big 12. That's a different story. But he throws a really pretty ball. Now, but we all know in college, you get time to comb your hair back there, look around, talk to your girlfriend, then make a pass. NFL's quick. This is what I think is going to happen. This is just a prediction. I'm not Adam Schefter's son, but I think Tyrod will start the season, or maybe Jameis, someone like that. One quarter into the season, we're going to bring in a rookie off the bench, just like New England did when they brought in May. NFL faster now. There's no time. They don't give you 12 years to develop no more. You do that development during training camp and all that stuff. So I won't be surprised if a second or third round quarterback starts the season halfway in for us, and then we just ride out from there. Tanner, our offensive coordinator, is going to have a lot to say about who he wants as a young gunner. So that's another thing. Maybe do a little research on who was his quarterback when he was in San Diego State, things like that, what type of quarterbacks he likes, because I think Glenn is going to bless him and say, look, I appreciate you coming down here. You didn't have to come down here. What's the QB you like? Let's get it going. I like Dart, but I still like Milroe. I know. Same thing about Lamar Jackson. He can't throw. He can learn how to throw. You can't teach athletic ability.
Hey, God bless. Love it. Thanks for the calls, June and Ricky. Thank you guys for joining us. Great takes. I love it. We were cooking today. 600 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe. Thank you to all the memberships. That was awesome. We had a great Jimmy Jets who set the tone. Austrian Jet fans, some super chats from Double R and for Lillian, Big D, and everybody. Thank you guys so much. Happy Valentine's Day to all you guys out there. Because of Valentine's Day, I will not be on with Jake Asman later. I'm taking some time with the family, but I will be back on tomorrow morning. That should be our Hop on Pop episode, so I'm looking forward to it. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Enjoy your day, and thanks for supporting the show as always. God bless. Let's